Kia ora koutou, everyone. Welcome to day 23 of this big ass live stream event. I'm so impressed with myself and how I've been able to just do this and love it and enjoy it and have a lot of fun. So today I'm doing more business and money questions because, like I said, I have so many questions that have come in and I would love to just answer these as much as I can. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to set my Facebook page up to make sure that everything is good, but it's always good. And apologize for my messy mane here. I tried to fix it, but it just decided, nah, I'm going to do what I want to do. So that's what it's doing today. So yeah. But let's get straight on to these questions if they are going to load. Why don't I set this up beforehand? Who knows? But other than that, it is a beautiful day here in New Zealand, raining as per usual. If you have ever been to New Zealand and it's been like a beautiful sunny day, wow, that's a miracle. I'm kidding, it's beautiful here. We have really nice sunny days. But anyway, let's get into these questions. Where do they start? Okay. Where are they? Okay. How do you manage to stick with a technique until you start making money? So I'm taking this more as a business question than a mindset question. How do you manage to stick with a technique until you start making money? Well, if you're new to business, the best thing to do is explore and experiment and test and trial everything. That's what I did. I trialed everything that I came across that sounded cool to me, that I was like, yeah, let's do that. I'm so down for it. And me, I've always been the person who is all about evergreen, all about automated sales systems, so I don't have to constantly be trying to make the money on my own myself. It's just setting up these systems to run on autopilot. So I was always excited by that. Passive income was always like what I was after. And so those were the strategies I tried and tested, and some didn't work. Some were like flops. Some I made a little bit of money on, but it wasn't enough to warrant, for it to be viable for me to continue doing it at the time. Now, in saying that, just because they didn't work then doesn't mean they wouldn't work now, or doesn't mean they wouldn't work in 5 years' time, right? It was just the timing. It didn't work at that time. But there were other things that worked really, really well for me. And so I just kept doing those, but I could only keep doing those if I kept trialing and testing and kept it going, right? And so I noticed that a lot of people give up really quickly, but you need time to be able to test these things. So just don't give up. Try different things. And first, start with the things that excite you the most. That's the best place to start. If you start with something that sounds good, but you're not really into it, but because the results someone else has gotten with it sounds good, it's going to be shit for you because you're not going to enjoy it. So follow the things that sound exciting first to you and go from there. Yeah. All right, next question. How to judge the tipping point readiness to create / launch a course publicly? That sounds like a lot of work. I just pre-sell. That's all I do. I literally write an email explaining what I'm selling and this idea that I have, and I say, hey, if you want to buy it, pre-order it here, it's at this price. Once it's launched, it will be this price, and if you want to get it now, buy it. And that's how I judge readiness. The whole knowing when people are ready and surveying people and then planning a huge launch, that is just not me. That's not my jam. I'm the evergreen person, the passive income person. I do things the easy way. That's just how I want my business to be and how it's always been for me. So that's what I do. Yeah, so pre-sell. That's what I recommend. And I have a ton of different products. I have Sweet Sale Strategies, which is my ebook on how to pre-sell and use other different evergreen methods. And I have a new business bundle coming out soon. So I'll let you know about that if you're on my email list. Cool. Next question. How to discover my why when everything seems to be invented? So the thing about your why, well, this is to me, your why has nothing to do with trends or what's already invented. Your why is what's in your heart, what's in your soul, what you are naturally called to do or teach or say. It's what drives you. It actually has nothing to do with what's already done or what's already here. So your why might be the same as someone else's, but does it really matter? It just means there's more power behind what you're here to, what's here driving you, what you're here to teach. But if you if you wanted help to really uncover what your why is, other than paying attention to the things in your life that really light you up and what you are naturally drawn to, wanting to do, wanting to help in some way, I would recommend like working with a branding coach or someone who can help pull that out of you. Because I've worked with a branding coach and it was amazing. Like, she helped me get really, really clear on my why, on things I didn't even know that were important to me, and help me actually articulate what that is so I could always refer back to it. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Okay, next question. I feel like I'm like running out of breath. Why am I running out of breath? Next question is, what are your best tips for consistency? Now, I will just focus on business for this, but it can apply. It's like applies to anything. The best tip for consistency is picking one thing that you're interested in and doing it. So for a business, if it is doing a live stream every day for 30 days, do it. And publicly say that you're going to do it, and then show up and do it. It is sending an email once a week, every week, publishing a blog post once a week, every week. It is something that you want to do, that you do, right? If it is your own practice, if it's like, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, every week for the next 3 months, that's doing it. Pick one thing. If it's having a money mindset practice or a morning ritual or something that you want to do mindset work, every morning you give gratitude. You write in a gratitude journal everything you're thankful for, all the money that's coming in that you're thankful for, all the money that you've received over your lifetime that you're thankful for, all the money that's coming that you're thankful for, everything else in your life that you're thankful for. That's what you do. But just start with one. If you start adding things on top of it, it's just going to overwhelm the shit out of you, and then you're not going to do anything, right? So that's my tip. Okay, next question is, how do I break free of my emotional abusive relationship and the recurring theme I keep putting myself in? Well, I'm sorry that's happening, to be honest. I imagine a lot of us have been there. As you know, I'm not a therapist or a relationship coach or anything like that, but I can explain from my own experience. As for me, I realized that after a lot of healing and stuff, is that I had to put myself first. Like, I had to respect myself enough to walk away, even though it hurt, even though I didn't want to, even though all I wanted was this person to just give a shit about me. I had to walk away because it was destroying myself in the process, because I was violating my own values, my own morals, and my own ethics to be with this person who would treat me so badly. So it's not easy, because there's this part of you that just wants that person to be what you can see in them, right? The potential that you feel, that you know is there, you know? You see the good in these people, but they don't see it for themselves. And no one can love you as much as they love themselves. And when they don't love themselves, that reflects onto you, which you don't deserve. And so, yeah, like I say, respect yourself enough to go, walk away, and heal your stuff. Heal it. Work on you. Don't even worry about the other person. It is about you and your healing in your relationship with yourself, because when you change how you feel about yourself inside, when you truly, truly change, when you love yourself, actually love yourself, not like this gimmicky self-love stuff, when you have a deep and profound respect for yourself, you never let yourself be treated that way. You never get yourself into those situations, and you walk away immediately when you know that this is not your standard, this is not your level, and this is lower than what you expect. So that's not an easy one, and I definitely recommend speaking to like a professional who's professionally trained to do that. But for me, that was my experience. Lots of healing, lots of reading different books. lots of different groups I joined as well. But yeah, like that's the journey, and it's worth it. But if you stay in it, then you keep repeating the pattern, right? So you've got to do something different to change the result. Yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, so next question, how do you stay focused? Oh, the light changed. How do you stay focused? It's just, what do you enjoy? What lights you up? What's exciting to you? Because it's so much easier to focus on the things that are exciting to you. Yeah, you will have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do, like in your business, like maybe it's writing sales pages or sending emails or something. But if you focus on the things that are exciting to you, then it makes it easier to do the things that aren't as exciting while you're in a position where you have to do it all on your own. Once you get to a level that you don't have to and you can hire for help, you can hire all those tasks that you don't like out. But yeah, for me, that's high focus. And also, I choose the things that excite me the most, but I also focus on the things that I want the most. So what's in my heart? What do I truly desire? What lights me up that makes me think, I can easily focus on this anyway. That's what I do. Yeah. Okay. Next question, what are the best tactics for letting the little things go when they aren't so little? This is a good question because, oh my God, do little things get to us? I think it's having like a big picture perspective, and this reminds me of the Netflix documentary series. Actually, it's not Netflix, it's National Geographic, One Strange Rock. And in it, the astronauts talk about this thing called the overview effect, and they coined it. It's something that astronauts go through when you've like lived in space and been in space and seen the world from the perspective of being outside of it in space. It's called the overview effect, and it is where it's like this profound sense of love and perspective of the world, and that there are suddenly no borders, no differences, no separation between anyone or anything. We are all the same. We come from the same one strange rock in the universe, right? We are earthlings, essentially. And you suddenly just drop all the judgment, all the fear, all the this is you, this is me, the separation, the dividedness. You drop it all and you're just as one. So yeah, what I'd say is try and have a bigger picture perspective. Something my friend used to tell me a few years ago, she would always say, like, when I was stressing about things, some of them were like warranted, but some of them weren't, she'd say, what's the alternative? You know, like, if you're stressing about this thing, what's the alternative to not stressing about it? What will come out of you actually letting it go? And so it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't spend so much time stressing about this silly little thing that happened. I could actually go and enjoy my day and be happy and do whatever I wanted and not have this thing looming over me. Okay, so why don't you go do that instead of just like letting it consume you, right? It's all about like mindset shifting. Do you want to like stay in this shitty state, or do you want to move? Especially if it's a little thing. Also, another thing is there's a book called Don't Stress the Small Things, which might help as well. Okay, how are we doing for time? I think we're getting there. Okay, maybe a couple more. We have so many questions, so many. Okay. When did you become aware? How do you control? What is the reason? What is the biggest mistake beginners make when it comes to intention and manifestation, and what should they do instead? The biggest mistake beginners make is they give up really quickly. And they're like, this doesn't work, it's bullshit. Or they do believe it, but they're just not committed to it enough. It's that they give up. And most of the time it's because they don't believe, or they don't want to do the work. That's the biggest mistake. And what can they do instead is stick to it. Commit to it. Find something in it that makes it a bigger deal for them, that makes them stick to it. For me, having true wealth, true freedom, that's important to me. Being able to take care of my family, that's important to me. Being able to not have to worry about money all the time is really important to me. That's what I want mastery in. That's what I am focused on. That is a true desire of mine. So it's easy to do the work now. In the past, when I wasn't like committed to doing it, it was just like this attitude of like, oh yeah, I'll just do the manifesting work when I need something. Yeah, I'll just do the visualization and the gratitude when I want something. But now it's like a spiritual practice. It is something that is a part of my being, part of my soul, a part of my daily life, this work. And so that came from deliberately choosing to commit to it every day. Not just doing it when I remember to do it, not just doing it when I feel like it, when I want to manifest something, but every single day committing to it. So yeah, that's what beginners can do. Okay. What are some tips on how to promote your products in a way that makes people want to click and buy? Like what you're selling, actually believe in it, get behind it, and then it's really fucking easy to promote. It's really easy to talk about. It's really easy to just drop it in any conversation because you are fully aligned with it. So align with your product and talk about it. Talk about it. Put the systems in place, whatever kind of system you want to have, whether it's a sales funnel or a tripwire or affiliates or ads, whatever you want to do that. If it excites you, if it feels good to you, do that and get behind it. Like align with your product, and talking about it will be so natural and so easy, and people will feel that alignment and feel that your congruence in both your mind and your heart, and see that you're an actual match to your desire and to your product and to your vibe, that they will be drawn to it and they want to buy your product. You won't have to sell it. People will just give you their credit card to charge, literally. So yeah, that's how. Okay, I have been working hard on my money mindset, but I'm struggling with scarcity. No, I don't know how you feel. How do I act as if when I don't have the funds to responsibly do so? Okay, it's not about what you have now. It's about what you feel in your body, right? So in your body, you feel lack, you feel scarcity, you feel like you don't have. So your job is to get into the feeling of, I have it now, it's here now, I am worthy now, I deserve it now, I'm abundant now, the universe has my back now, and has always had my back. That's what you need to get into. So you need to use any tools that you love, that resonate with you, that work for you, to get you into that vibe. So someone asked a question about the 55 by 5 challenge, where you write like an affirmation, a powerful mantra or something that resonates with you 55 times every day for 5 days, right? And she asked, is this like the right kind of exercise to do to help you focus on being more abundant and being in the energy of money? And I said, if it actually makes you feel that, then yes, it's a winner. If it doesn't, it doesn't work for you. Sometimes you can feel like a little bit more positive of it, and it's good to explore it. So maybe do it for the 5 days and see how you feel after it. But if it doesn't improve after 2 or 3 days, I would can it and go to finding another tool or another technique that helps you get into the feeling of it's here now. Now, if that's visualization, do it. If it's feeling gratitude, do it. Whatever it is, it's your job to find what that thing is to help you get into believing that it's here now. So even though you don't have the funds, even though the money is minus in your account, you are still living in your future reality now, therefore emitting a frequency of it's here now, therefore attracting the things that you want, the money that you need and want, and if it's here now, right? That's what you need to do. Hope it helps. Okay, maybe should I do one more? Oh, okay, hang on, let me read this. What's this on a basis for it to become a habit enabling? What steps will I have to do on a daily basis for it to become a habit enabling me to maintain the right mindset despite whether or not all hell is breaking out around me or not? What steps will I have to do on a daily basis for it to become a habit, enabling me to maintain the right mindset despite, whether it goes to shit or not. So it's not like, do this for a certain amount of days and boom, you're set. It's individual. It depends on you and your commitment and your desire and how bad you want it. But if you truly want change, if you truly want to master your financial situation, you got to commit to it more than once a day. Any moment you can get, any moment you can do it, any moment that you have free, use it to shift, use it to move into the reality of what you want now, right? All hell can break loose. Like I was saying in yesterday's live, you struggling and you having like limiting beliefs coming up or all hell breaking loose doesn't have to relate to whether or not you receive and manifest and earn. They don't have to relate if you don't want them to. Most people connect them and make them relate and think, okay, I'm thinking bad thoughts, which means I can't manifest anything, which means it's stopped my manifesting momentum. But it doesn't have to be like that if you don't want it to. And that's the same with this. Work on your stuff every day so that you can get into that mindset of thinking, I'm like, the sky is falling, all hell is breaking loose, shit is at the fan, but I still get to have, but I still get to receive, but I still get to make money, because they're not related, right? That's what you can get into. But that can't come with you only doing the work once or twice in a blue moon. It comes from consistent dedication to mastering this stuff, because you're learning about yourself and how you work and how you operate, so you know the types of things that you do when you're freaking out about money, when all hell is breaking loose. Whether you restrict yourself and hide, or you go to the opposite end of the spectrum and like start like getting rid of your money because you're like, shit. I don't need this, I don't want it, it's not good to have it, whatever it is that triggers you, right? If you do if you dedicate yourself to doing the work, you understand that that's how you operate. And so moment by moment, you can work through it and start to train yourself to think, yep, shit's hitting the fan. It's really bad, but I'm still receiving and manifesting because I choose for them not to be related at all. Right? This is so annoying. Hopefully that helps. I really feel like I'm not breathing right. Okay. Should I do one more? Let me think. Okay, this is a simple one. How do you plan every week, month? I don't plan. I am not a planner. I've never been a planner. I don't like to plan. I'm not a planner. I don't like restriction. I don't like being told what to do, even by myself. So I don't plan. I just do what feels good. And turns out me doing that has made me really like my business and my life. So that's how I plan. Okay, so that's all from me today. I hope that helped. I'm sniffling so much, I apologize. But if you got any value out of this, please share your feedback or any comments you have below. And if you have any questions, please let me know and I will answer them in future live streams. And if you know someone who you think would get value out of this live stream, please share it with them. And yeah, other than that, I will catch you tomorrow.